What's going on, everybody? We're live. It's Friday Night Live. I thought we'd get on here, talk about everything. Lonzo, LaMelo, Liangelo. It's going down. I'm going to let you guys come in, call, all that stuff. Talk about, let me know how you feel the future is going for the Ball brothers and what's going to happen this season. You know, I have my thoughts and everything, but I want to hear from you guys. And it's been a while since I've been on here. And instead of making a video, I said, let me just go ahead and go live. Go live for the people. So the way I see it is I'll give you my rundown on what I feel, and then we'll go ahead and talk more about how you feel when I let callers come in, because they will be coming. All right, now, since Lonzo on the screen, I guess we'll start with ZO2. I feel like Lonzo is about to have a breakout season. Now, I know a lot of people have said that, but there's also a lot of people that say, nah, he's not going to do anything. Same old Zo. I don't know why you guys would think that. This isn't the same old Lonzo. We've seen Lonzo, held back a lot. And DeMar DeRozan alluded to that. Not alluded. He came out and plainly said it. And I back that up. I've been saying that for years, though. I've been saying that for a minute. So I believe that Lonzo is about to go crazy. I think that Zach LaVine is going to give him the keys to the offense and be willing to run, dunk, shoot, and contend for the scoring title. As long as DeRozan doesn't get in his way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sironius Maximus, Jeff, Howard, Lone Wolf. What's up, guys? And then with LaMelo, everything depends on his wrist. If LaMelo's wrist is good, we can say playoffs. I hear a lot of people saying they got holes in their team and things like that. I'm actually seeing a complete team from the Charlotte Hornets. I think Mike's going to be smiling from the sideline this season, and I think he's going to go to a lot more games and be, courtside. He has a team that he can be proud of. He drafted well in LaMelo Ball, so I think the Charlotte Hornets are going to make splashes, and they will be top 5 in the East. What? Yes. You got people saying they won't even make the playoffs. What are these people talking about? I have no clue. Point total this year. Raise his assists this year as well. And, we don't have any of that funny business about who's going to be starting all that stuff. Devontae Graham is gone. LaMelo Ball is the rookie of the year. So we already know what's going down. LaMelo's going to be leading the charge. He's going to have a great season. Top 5 team in the East. I said it. I meant it. I'm rolling with it. And then, of course, we got Liangelo Ball. There's been rumors for a while of him getting a Exhibit 10 contract. And it was when people were reporting that it was kind of facts, I kind of knew that it wasn't facts, but people were saying it's most likely that's going to happen. So that's what happened. But you have to wait. You know what I'm saying? And if he does get that G League entry, I'm still happy about that. Liangelo, he showed what he could in 17 minutes per game in the summer league. And I think he can show more if they give him more time, whether that's on the regular roster or in the G League. So I'm not worried about Jello. Of course, I want him to go straight to the league. In Monopoly, pass, go, get with LaMelo, run the court, and get crazy buckets and shock the world. I would love for Jello to do that, but that's not, it's most likely not going to happen. If you watch my video where I talked about the uphill climb Liangelo would have to do to make something happen in this season, but with the Ball brothers, you don't count anyone out. But we're definitely going to get to all of this. I'm going to bring in some people, and we're going to chop it up. What's going on with the whole Ball Facts family? It's good to see you guys. Everybody in the comment section. First person. What up, King Midas? Can you hear me? King Midas, can you hear me? Well, I can't hear my bro right now. You might have a bad internet connection. I'm not sure. Am I cutting up? Can you guys hear me fine? Can you guys hear me just fine?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I hear you. I'm feeling good. How you doing?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Now I can't hear you anymore. In the comment section, you guys let me know. Have you heard me talking this whole time? Can y'all hear my mans? We might have some technical difficulties. I'm not sure, but King Midas, you there still? Well, we can't hear my guy. Anybody else? You know what? I'm gonna drop the link in the stream so you guys can join if you want to. Join if you need to. I can't hear King Midas. I hope everything is fine. Shout out to Michael. Johnson Heifer says they can hear me. Okay, so it's not just me. I thought I literally been on this screen talking and no one's been able to hear me. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Hey, King Mike, bro, you cutting in and out bad, man. Nope, he left the stream. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep this rolling nice and smooth. If you would like to call in and tell me what you think that Lonzo Ball is going to do this season, what you think LaMelo is going to do this season, where Liangelo is going, go ahead. I dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead, come on in here, and then we'll talk about it. If you got any questions, we'll do that as well. But don't be confused. This is definitely the Ball era. So Jay says we can't hear you, and Bailey says we can hear you. Very interesting. Whatever you're doing is messing everything up. We can hear you. Pause. Oh, he's like, I'm just playing. All right. Let's let some of these guys in. Let's go. What's going down?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, straight from the Ball Facts team. What's up, Emma? Do you want to say what you think? You can say all brothers or just one of them. What do you think's coming up this season for the Ball brothers?
I think Zoe is definitely going to take the next step, especially if Chicago lets him. I think it's really dependent on the coach and just like his freedom, like what he's able to do. We know what Melo's going to do. Okay. He's going to bring Charlotte to the playoffs. That's what I really think. I think, Chicago makes a decent run too. And hopefully Jello, at least see him on that two-way. At the very least, I think just put him on the roster full time, like if you ask me. But if this whole, Exhibit 10 thing actually happens, I don't know all the regulations to that, but I think he'll definitely, if they do make a playoff run, I think he'll definitely get pulled up for that, and we'll get to see like Showtime in Charlotte for sure.
Definitely. And how would you rate Liangelo's summer league, like overall?
I think taking into account of obviously his teammates were a little on the selfish side. So I think for the minutes and the opportunities he was given, I think he capitalized on every single minute that he was in. Of course, we saw that what was those two, iffy shooting games, that happens when you're getting those inconsistent minutes and you're on and off the bench, that happens to a shooter. So I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. And the only reason I do that is because, of the opportunities he's given.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you on that. Running the Ball Facts IG, what do you kind of see from the haters and from the supporters? What do you think more Jello has of, supporters or haters?
I think before Summer League, he definitely had all these. Sorry, one second. He definitely had all these haters and people against him, but I think because of Summer League, he only gained supporters. I think he gained a bunch of casual supporters who are hopping on the bandwagon and anything. I think it's a lot better than the hate was before, though, for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Ball Control?
Where's the comments? Can you only see the comments? I'm so confused.
The comments, yeah. If you're on your phone, you gotta click a certain button and the comments will show up.
Gotcha. Wow.
I don't remember what it is. Shout out to Ober Reed for subscribing to Ball Facts. Thanks, appreciate that. Hey, Ball Control, can you hear us? We can't hear Ball Control, so let's go ahead. Try to come back. I'm gonna bring in Trustin Tunes. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Perfect, man. How's it going? But yeah, man, I've always been a big fan of this Ball Facts. But I want to speak up on a few, on all three brothers, most likely, because one, Melo, that boy balled out, deserved Rookie of the Year. He did his thing, and I'm already knowing the Hornets. They got they got a bright future with him. And the whole thing about leading up to that rookie of the year status with Melo is that Jello coming in behind him, if given the opportunity to, will only make Melo better and the Hornets roster a little bit better because it's going to push them all the same exact way.
So how you feeling?
Go ahead.
How you feeling about the Hornets having their training camp and Jello not being there? Are you kind of like it's fine, he needs to work his way up, or are you disappointed?
I'm cool with it for right now, only because of some of the factors that it's business. End of the day, NBA is business. I think Jello does have a spot on that roster, but it's just like the last minute solidification of the 15th man who we gonna have right there. But once Jello name is called, I have no problems in saying that like he's finna work his way up that roster ladder and get that spot going for himself in that rotation.
And how you feel about Lonzo on the Bulls? Is this gonna be the Pelicans Lakers again, or is it a different story?
So I'm from Chicago, so it's like I grew up a Bulls fan, diehard, and I'm looking at when I seen the news that Lonzo was coming over Chicago, I lost my mind, bro, because you put Zoe at the guard position, followed by Zach LaVine right there next to him in that court. It's something. It's a show again. So I'm prepared to see like what's a house of highlights inside Chicago all the time. Lobs everywhere. You got DeMar over there with him. We got a couple rookies there. You got Kobe White that's still gonna be able to learn. I'm not saying Zoe's a vet, but he got that vet mentality as a point guard already.
Yeah. And I'm close to Chicago, so look forward to seeing me there, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna be up in that piece.
Definitely gonna see you, bro.
All right. Ball control. You in here again. What's up, man? Can you hear us? Sorry, ball control. Let's bring in my guy over here. What's up, man? Mike is muted. Oh well, but I don't think I got your take on. Oh yeah, I did get your take on Liangelo as well. Now, if Liangelo, this is for both you guys. If Liangelo goes to the G League, how long do you think it's going to take him to get out of the G League?
So I see him coming out of the G League probably in a few years, only because of the fact is that he's now put back in there. So NBA talents is like, yo, this man is getting put in, put back out. You win in OKC. The Pistons gave you a chance. Is there something wrong with you? Is there something we're not seeing? So I think they're going to have to develop his game. They're going to try to get more footage on his game. So it's going to take a few years, I think, for him to get out that G League spot.
Got you. How you feel, Emma?
I think if he's going to be in the G League, I only see it going for, the duration of the season, because I feel like, we don't really hear too much about if it's on, of course it's going to be on Charlotte's G League team. I don't see him in there long, especially if he's going to light it up. I think Charlotte also knows, like, in general, that, like, take away his skill set, the money and marketing opportunity to have him on the roster, on the court with his brother is too big of an opportunity for them to mess up. And also, if he's in that G League for too long, the relationship with Melo, could that be like a question in mind, like keeping my brother in here for too long? So I don't see him in there for that long. He'll make too much of a statement.
That's what's up. I got faith in him too, like that. And it also depends on, the team situation he's in. If Jello is on a team and you have jealousy or you have, people that when he comes in the locker room, just a preconceived notion about him, then it'll be a problem. So, I think through all these jumping through teams, I think Liangelo is actually going to get a skill that he really needs, and it's on how to fit in a locker room. And once he has that, then his skill can be unleashed.
I gotta agree with that. Can everybody hear me?
Hey, we can hear you. What's up, ball control?
Ball control. What's good? What's good? Ball facts.
What's up, man?
Not much. So I just got back in. I was in and out. I was having some microphone issues and camera issues. Can you see me?
We cannot see you, but we can hear you.
I'm still having some camera issues. All right. So yeah. So definitely rooting for Jello Ball, trying to, see him in the NBA and so forth. I think he will definitely make at least the G League. You were talking about how he needs to gel with his teammates. I think he did a pretty good job in the summer league, but obviously he has a lot of competition to go through with his teammates, considering most of them were trying to make the team as well. And as you saw, some of them were even looking away from him because they clearly knew I could sense that there was a little bit of a envy, a jealousy going on, because most of the fans were out there for Jello. And they basically, it seemed like they were not looking to give him the ball because he was going to get the fans going.
I agree. I mean, you could say that it doesn't affect you, but it has to affect you when you are drafted in the first round and you go to the summer league and in the stands, they're yelling Jello and he's on the bench and you're on the court and everyone's looking at the bench. I mean, you can be a team player all you want and you can be a cool guy or whatever, but that has to have some type of effect on your mental when you're out there, So I do, and of course, you guys seen the videos breakdowns I've made. I've slowed down when Jello was open; and they wouldn't pass to him. So we know that has happened, and we have to look at why does that happen? You know what I mean? If especially after the first 16 minutes, you drop 16 points, and then the very next game you can't barely get a look. It has to tell you something,
But the good thing about that is that when he did get his looks, whether it was forceful or whether he had the rebounding, he showed out with it. So he stepped up. He showed that I don't need you guys to keep feeding me. I'm not a catch and shoot player. I can still make for myself. Maybe not on my levels, but I can still make for myself and my teammates and get involved with this.
Yeah, I feel like Jello actually showed a lot of people that were hating on him a lot more what he could do. Because as I've said, is like he wasn't out there doing the Harlem Globetrotters or anything like that, but he was having the least turnovers and he was getting to anywhere he wanted to go. Like if he wanted to take it in, it wasn't fancy, but he would take it in. Whether he missed it or not, it's another story. But it was like a big thing. Like Jello can't put the ball on the floor. He doesn't want to play defense. All he's going to do is run to the other end of the court. And we seen the man play defense while running to the other end of the court at the same time. He did it all. If anything, we should have been more of believers in after the summer league, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were trying to crack on his defense and just his overall athletic ability. They were like, oh, he's too big, he's too this, he's too that. And I think in every possession and every minute that he was in, he was up and down easy. There was even I think there was a fast break play and I was like, damn, he's quicker than even I thought. And I was just he proved a lot of people wrong outside of shooting, in smaller ways than people think.
Yeah, I think people had to come to grips with maybe there's more to him being a ball brother than we thought. Like, why do LeMelo and Lonzo, they vouch for him? If they thought their brother wasn't good and gonna get killed, they wouldn't say anything. They're not gonna put their reputation on the line. They're not gonna say somebody's good when they're not. They're saying my brother is good, so bring him on. And so I never understood when people always be like, he's probably not gonna be good. It's like, look who's vouching for him. Yeah. We also seen the other guy that was his teammate. I forgot. He just got signed to another team, but in the one of his G League teams that he went to, and the guy was like, Liangelo is actually a hooper. Liangelo's a hooper, So I was glad he got to show that. But I think this year for Liangelo, it's still an uphill battle, and he's got a lot more to show because it's like once you get haters, you just they amass more and more and more.
It's like the whole LeBron effect. You either gonna love him or hate him, but you can't knock his game.
That's exactly what it is. Now people are gonna say you are blasphemous. Did you just compare? No, we didn't compare their games at all.
Yeah, not complaining at all. Just it's that effect with it.
Yes, and that's fine. I mean, you're gonna get more attention that way when they either love you or hate you.
And I think about that is that Jello is he's such a reserved person that his personality is I don't have to be this fancy or be this flashy or speak a man this much. I did what happened when the side channel happened. I grew up from it. I learned, but you guys talk how you want to talk. I'm gonna still stay to myself and be that G3 person I know I am. I think that's what I like about him the most out of all three brothers is that like I love him to death, but when it comes to him, it's just that sense of responsibility is put up on him a little bit different, I think, and he takes that and like he runs with it so good. Like they all are great talking people, but Jello is a little bit different when it comes to that aspect of like not letting people get inside his ear and affect the way that he does anything.
I agree. And like I spoke to Liangelo via FaceTime before the day before he dropped those, that 16 points. And he was cool and calm. Like it was like nothing to him. And you would think, oh, he just like that on TV. Of course he can be goofy and have fun and things like that. But when it comes to basketball, it's so many repetitions. He's put in so many shots. He's done the work so many times that he's not even overthinking it when he get out there. He just goes out there and does what he's always done.
Yeah.
Somebody.
What was I gonna say? You know how many comments I get that are like, "Oh, he should just like stop playing because he's already made all this money," or I get comments that are like, "Oh, he like fiends off his brothers," and like all those types of like just hater comments. And what I always like to say back, if I choose to engage back, is like the fact that he could stop everything and be set for life financially and like whatever he wants to do, but he keeps going and pushing. That just shows like the fact that he's even continuing to play and like still has these outbursts, especially in the summer league. That game that you were talking about, the 16 points. I mean, I don't know how anyone could discredit him after that.
I agree. That's such a good point because I get these people that say when I say, yeah, coming from the bottom, they go, oh, these guys were born in a good house and they're from Chino Hills. What bottom did they start from? This other guy's in a single mother home and blah, blah, blah. And I say, do you know how hard it is to be on the top, then fall like Liangelo with the whole China thing and get roasted day in and day out on the internet? You know what I mean? In front of everybody, always getting talked about. You have money, you have girls, you have a house, you have a car, you could leave. It shows way more heart, way more grit for you to continue despite that. And that's why the people that do really rock with Jello, they do because they recognize that. They recognize the strong-willed individual. I'll put like a poll out. I'm notorious for my polls about, who has the most heart and grit. And they're like, it's not Liangelo. And I'm like, how do you guys see that? He's had the toughest road.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Shout out to Flight Sports. What's going on? This is my dog. Can you hear
What's
me, bro?
What's going on, big bro? What's the deal? Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's the deal, man?
Am
I hear you perfectly. No,
Not much, man.
What you got to add
What's
to this
up, big
conversation?
bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you hear me? That's the question.
Yes,
what you got to
I'm
add
sorry.
to this topic? We're talking about what it's looking like for the Ball brothers, all three of them or one of them. I know you rock with Lonzo more than anybody this upcoming season. What is it looking like?
Well, like I said, for LaMelo, let's go to LaMelo. I see an all-star type season. Definitely making the playoffs for his first time. He won't be the only Ball brother making the playoffs for his first time, but I definitely see him in a tough first round matchup. But nonetheless, a progressive season, taking that next step. Also, Lonzo Ball, you understand? I'm expecting Lonzo Ball to light it up and shock everybody because people make it seem like this big discrepancy is such a big drop off between LaMelo and Lonzo. I think this is gonna be the year Lonzo closes the gap. And Jello, I'm telling you, I see him with the Charlotte Hornets. I see a three, and possibly D guy. He just had to improve on defense, but he can knock down threes right now.
Got you. And did you see Lonzo in some of his workout videos shooting off the dribble?
No, I didn't see it. This is what you got up right now. I'm taking a look now.
Yeah, like he dropped a couple of these videos, I think 2 or 3 of them. And that's what's most impressive to me. I think that he's getting back to those UCLA days where he was so comfortable cocking his shot back to the left, pulling it off the dribble, which made him way more lethal. And now he's, with the improved shot, still shooting off the dribble. And I think that is going to be the difference for Lonzo Ball, just dribbling and a stop, pop, mid-range that can take his game to a whole nother level, which we started to see him do on the Pelicans using the backboard. And so I think a new city, free, Chicago to me is more lit than New Orleans, a little more city life. I think he's going to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, that's a pure fact. Definitely more city like. Chicago. That's people. Everybody gets so caught up with LA and New York, but people forget that it's another third huge market, and that's out in Chicago. They like a sleeping giant just waiting.
Facts.
That's also.
Were you able to hear me? Or am I breaking up?
No, I hear you good, bro. You good. You decent. Every once in a while I hear a little buzz, but that could be on my end. But you sound good. So let us know a little bit about your channel, man, because I was surfing the internet and I found Flight Sports. And I just dropped a comment, and then a couple months later, I dropped a comment. I said, "Man, you got to come onto the show because you was keeping it real, keeping it official." So tell us about your channel real quick before we move on to these other subjects in the Ball Brothers and letting other people come in. I want to know, why you started your channel and what you got cooking up next, like as far as ambitions for your channel.
Well, my channel is centered around also the Ball Brothers, but we focus mostly on Lonzo. We give the people what they want. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yep.
Yeah.
We hear you, bro.
Yeah, we giving the people what they want. We mix it. Okay, we mixing basketball content with entertainment, so we mix it all up. You come there, you have a good time. You're gonna walk out laughing, joking. We try to get everything out you. We want all the emotions. When you leave Flight Sports TV, I want you to go home exhausted because all the I'm getting everything out you. They're gonna put you on loop all over. It's crazy. But this season, live streaming, post game. That's what this is about, man. Progression and for the people, man. It's Flight Sports TV.
You already know. Now, let's get to this. Who's Charlotte and Chicago? Starting with you, Emma. Who's gonna have a better record?
Man, okay, so I don't think it's me personally. I lean a little bit more towards Chicago, and I feel like that's solely based on the fact that you got Zach LaVine, who's hungry. He just wants to win. He's sick of losing. DeMar DeRozan's motivated. He came over there to win. So we can only expect a breakout season from him. And I think with those three, Vooch, Alex Caruso, I think if they, I could see them starting off slow, whereas I could see, Charlotte maybe having more of a quicker, better record as like in the beginning. But I got to go with Chicago just based on the weapons they have there. I mean, I think Zoe's due for a winning season, and now that he has the keys from what we think now, if he has the keys over there and he can run that offense, I don't see any reason why Chicago can't, smooth past Charlotte in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm a second that because I feel like I know that Charlotte's gonna do good because LaMelo has the keys. Now with the Bulls, I don't know, but if Lonzo has the keys, then I'm going with the Bulls. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, I mean, they're proven, they're tested. All these guys have never won anything. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder. And when they come together, it's going to be like Voltron. It's going to be a time they're going to unite and just ignite.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, my man, what you thinking?
Yeah, man, you already know how it is.
Uh-oh, I don't hear him no more. Did you mute yourself, bro? I can't hear you. There you go. Emma, can you hear him?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
He may have muted himself on accident.
There you go. Wait, I still can't hear him. He's trying.
He's trying.
I forget on StreamYard how to put everybody's name underneath them. I gotta try to remember. Let's see. But yeah, I think it's gonna be great to see the Bulls and the Hornets. We can't hear you, bro. Them play each other. You know, I think we're finally get to see the matchup we've been waiting on. The matchup we've been waiting on. Because I don't feel like we really got it fully when there was the Pelicans against the Hornets. Like the Pelicans were playing Lonzo weird, and we could never see them really go at each other like consistent the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, like watching Zoe in that 3-and-D role, and then like the matchups. Like I think the first one I was excited. The second one I was like, we're not even going to really see a proper matchup. It's just they're both going to be on the same court just because of how they use Lonzo. So, like, it was kind of frustrating, but I feel like now it's more of an even playing field in the aspect, like, they both can go at each other and use their skill sets to the fullest.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be entertaining. Ball control, can you hear us?
Indeed, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're back, but we still don't see your video, but that's okay. What do you got to add to this?
Well, I would say Chicago, because regardless of whether Lonzo Ball gets to play his role, I feel like a lot of the weapons, Vucevic, Levine, and the new addition, I forget his name right now. I shouldn't forget his name. Terrible. But anyway, I think those weapons itself, I think it says that this team will be a lot stronger than Charlotte. Charlotte, they're trying to gel. They have some good pieces, but I feel that Chicago is a lot stronger on that end.
I think there's like miracles that can happen when you let a ball brother run the show, because they can make everyone around them better. You're not just looking at the players anymore. You're looking at the players getting fed by LaMelo. So that's why there even is a question in my mind. If you just look at personnel, I would go with Chicago. But because I see the way the coach is hanging out with LaMelo in Summer League, and from what I hear from LaMelo is that, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. His spot is solidified. And not only that, the coaching staff is down with that, the veterans on his team, they are down with it. Like, they are like, we're rolling with you. And because he plays off pure instinct, he's going to bring everybody's level up and just push the pace. So I got high expectations for Charlotte. But you're right, though, because look at Zach LaVine, what he did last year. He had a lot of close games with great teams. So if you were just to add DeMar to that, you know, they would be better alone. But I say adding Lonzo is now
that elevates the team even more. But I can say this about Charlotte: they'll be a lot more fun to watch.
You know what? I'm not so sure about. You might be right, but Zach LaVine's a high flyer, and Lonzo will have the ball in his hands. So what we once seen with Zion and what we see from LaMelo and Miles Bridges, I say it could be close, but I get it.
Yeah,
not to say not. Well, I agree, but here's the reason why I feel it would be a lot more fun. LaMelo is just a more fluid type of player, whereas Lonzo Ball, he's more fundamental, right? So LaMelo is constantly looking for the teammate to make a lob. Lonzo Ball is not necessarily always doing that. He's normally looking to make the correct pass and not necessarily looking to make the lob or making the,
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Well, I think we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Zoe in that element for a while. I think we got used to what we saw last season, which is Zoe in the corner, Zoe waiting for the ball to be in his hands to pop up a shot. But that first season in New Orleans, like, he was popping those lobs from, full court lobs like it was nothing. There was that one Minnesota game where it was back to back. So I feel like, we've almost forgotten how quick he is to look for that quick, pass and outlet pass and all of those things. And I feel like, given that this coach and this team buys into him, that we may see that comparison to Melo and Lonzo become a lot closer than we all think as far as passing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I kind of call this Lonzo's reminder season. He's got to remind people. It's not even like a resurgence. It's just Lonzo reminding them of who he is, because I feel like now he's in a position. to do what we wanted him to do when he came out of UCLA.
Yeah.
Well, you know, now he's in position to do that. So only thing he got to do is remind people of who he is. And, you know, the NBA, they got a short memory. 2 good games and you're the best ever. You know what I mean? We're going to see Stephen A going crazy. Shout out to Sosa for the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Can you guys hear me again?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
So yeah, to answer your question about it earlier, definitely got to be Chicago. You know, like I said, Chicago fan through and through, but I see both being like the 5 to 7 seed. Not much difference from each other, but I do want to see if Zoe can have the keys. If Zach LaVine pulls back and says, Lonzo, here go the keys, take us to victory. I have a big possibility that the Bulls could definitely make it to that big name team, household name again. Because it's just a matter of time. If you give Zoe the keys, I said when Zoe came into the league, when he was playing with the Lakers before Bron came over there, that with Lonzo on the court, you're going to have a fast-paced offense and an efficient offense. And it started to show over the years, like, yeah, this is kind of true. But then when LeBron came, Zoe kind of moved back a little bit because LeBron's the man. Like, you know, hey, this you. But every team Zoe has been to so far, I think with him on the court, their efficiency level has been higher rather than him being off the court.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
And we need to see him playing what he truly loves to play. And until you're like a dominant player, they don't cater to you like that. And Magic Johnson was ready to cater to Lonzo Ball like that because what he's seen in him was like, you're the next generation of point guard. You're going to speed up the game like we haven't seen, I believe, your father to a certain extent. He may not believe the Jordan comments, of course, but he believed what LeVar was saying about Lonzo based on what he's seen. He's seen nobody was throwing those accurate passes running that fast until we seen LaMelo come out. But that's what he's seen from him. He said he didn't just point in the rafters and say jerseys for no reason. When he looked at Lonzo, he's seen somebody that they would cater to. But of course, Luke Walton, Jeannie Buss, they didn't see him like that. They seen Lonzo as a piece, just a piece. Now, if you give him his piece of pie for real, then I think we will really get to see him in his true element. A fish out of water is nothing, but in the water they can swim. So I'm hoping the best for Lonzo Ball that he fits right in and it makes it happen.
Same, bro. Same.
Yo, what's up?
What's the deal, bro?
Oh man, chilling, man. Just want to get on here and share my opinion with y'all.
Tell us what you're thinking, man. What's going on?
Man, I'm thinking it's all about the media aspect of it. You know, the whole Ball family stay in front of the camera the whole time. So all these teams, these small teams who need that person to keep the seats filled up, that's what's gonna get him on the team. That's what's gonna get Joe out there. That's why Mike keeping him in his pocket. You know, he don't really want to let him go. He got everybody guessing. He want to keep him in his pocket. I'm telling you, and the boy can play. So I just know somebody gonna scoop him up. Soon as Mike let him go, he's gonna be on the team immediately. It's about 4 or 5 teams that need somebody like that to have that ball representation. Because the father gonna go hard. Whatever team his son on, he gonna go extra hard. They gonna get extra fans. You already said what he did with the draft picks. You see how he took over the draft picks. I don't even know who that number 1 draft pick was. All I heard was Jello in the stands. Put Jello in. They didn't even want to pass him the ball. You know what I'm saying? That right there is letting you know.
Yeah,
it's gonna go crazy.
And I was just talking about that too.
Man, and then I'm a Bulls fan, so you know I'm loving the fact that Alonzo's there and that he's a pass first guy. So DeMar DeRozan is kind of chill, Lonzo kind of chill, so he ain't got that dominant person trying to overtake him and overshadow him. So Lonzo gonna fit right in. DeMar DeRozan gonna fit right in, and then you can let Zach LaVine be Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine just need to float. He need that extra pass to kick up the floor. He can get that breakaway dunk. Then we got Vujicic down there. We got a low-key little all-star team going on, but people don't want to recognize that.
They don't want to admit that. But let me tell you, Zach LaVine, he doesn't have to worry about asking someone to pass to him. This is why Lonzo Ball is so valuable. How many times have you seen the superstars look at somebody else and be like, why didn't you give it to me? to J.R.
Exactly.
Smiths with LeBron, with
Yes.
Paul George when he was with the
Preach.
Pacers. They look and say, and Lonzo, they look over there and they go, oh, wow, I'm like Allstate. I'm in good hands. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good.
Exactly.
Double check.
We gonna make it happen. So with DeMar DeRozan in the locker room, he's kind of like, he's older, he's stoic. He has like that clout in the locker room. They're gonna listen to him, and he's gonna be saying, let Lonzo push it. Let Lonzo push it.
Exactly.
He's expecting, just like us, what we want Lonzo to do. He's been watching the whole time as a fan. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if DeMar DeRozan, like, yeah, I watch Low Ball Facts. You know what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or DeMar DeRozan has
and
been watching him for a very long time. And he even mentioned in one of the interviews. Also, Levine was recruiting him last season. So obviously there's definitely the chemistry. I wouldn't say the chemistry there yet, but I would say they definitely want to play together.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that too, sir.
It's gonna be a high flying team. I expect to see a lot of lobs between Levine and DeRozan, but then you can't walk away. We can't step away from the fact that you're playing there with a double, a guy who just had a double season with Vucevic, and it's like he's an underrated center, but that pick and roll. It's gonna be a lot of ways that the Bulls could kill you in the season and in the game now.
Yes, now you're talking.
Yes.
Now, and listen, people underestimated DeMar DeRozan too, because y'all forget he could have went to the Lakers, but he chose to go to the Bulls. He could have went and got him a championship. He could have just jumped on the bandwagon and joined the superstar team, right? He could have just went with LeBron, but he didn't. Man, it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Was he even going to be a starter in the Lakers though?
It don't matter. He was gonna sign a 1-year deal and get the ring and leave. Hold on, I gotta go talk to my. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be back.
You good? And I'm gonna tell you, the Ball brothers don't want to win like that. They don't want to win on the bench. They want to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
But the Bulls, I wanted to add this: they're good in the full court and half court. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to find the weakness. Like if they have chemistry, we're talking a top team right away.
Yeah, that was kind of the narrative against Lonzo. Yeah,
shout out to Flight Sports TV real quick. He said, that people need ball facts on live. We rock with him. Thanks for the $5, bro. Appreciate that. Sorry, continue.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said sorry. Continue.
Oh, who continues?
Okay, whoever, do y'all thing.
All right, I'll go ahead. All right, so that was kind of the narrative against Lonzo Ball in his early years, that he couldn't play the half court, primarily because his shooting percentage was low, right? He didn't have the ability to be, if he didn't have the ability to shoot off the dribble either, or at least that wasn't seen as much. So that was happening. That was creating a rift, but I don't think that's the case now.
Yeah.
Considering his shot is much better. We've seen videos of him shooting off the dribble. So that's definitely looking up right now.
And one thing I never really addressed, but I want to, is like the Pelicans hurt Lonzo and they helped him. Like that shooting coach that they had, Lonzo gelled with him and it worked out. You know what I'm saying? So even though they did sit him in a corner, they didn't know what they had. They wasted the kind of point guard they still need right now to run with Zion. I mean, that was the most idiotic stuff I ever seen. They screwed that up. But I will say, like, Pelicans shooting coach, you did a great job, and that helped Lonzo get his stock up to get paid $85 million at the Bulls.
Shout out to him.
Got to send Ben Simmons over there now.
Shout out to IVD Press. Yeah.
It's gonna be real good to see this because I'm gonna be a good spectator of the Ball family this season again. Like every year has been since years back, and this season though it's gonna be really good to see because Charlotte is definitely on a rise, and they can be a scary team. Or they could be that sleeper team. It just depended on who else you bring over there to jail inside there with Melo and Hayward and is Rozier still there? Yeah, Rozier and my boy Miles Bridges. Like
who can y'all put over there that they're missing? And I think the only thing that can probably hurt them is a dominant center inside the hole.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the downfall going against the Bulls. Is like we got y'all matched up at every position, and then it's going to be that mismatch at the center where Vucevic just kills whoever you put up on him almost. It's like what's going to be the next piece that can take the Hornets over that top?
Yeah, because when you slow the ball down and you can't run, a Kai Jones ain't going to be able to stop a Vucevic or any other center.
Too small.
What you think, ball control?
Agreed. He doesn't have enough weight to hold a big center like Vucevic right now. I don't think he has enough of skill defensively. We saw it in summer league. You could tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I didn't see much defensive prowess in him. So yeah. I don't think he can handle Vucevic.
It's going to definitely be interesting, and I'm going to be busy this season. A lot of games to watch and to break down and talk about, and just I'm excited for the upcoming season because the Pelicans, they began to get just too we knew what they were going to do every time, and then the Hornets, LaMelo got hurt, and that ended our season early, and when he came back, he was only a shell of himself. We had to watch them get murdered by the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell a lot of those guys are already done with the season. But now there's a fresh start. Devontae Graham is gone. You got Book Knight coming off the bench. LaMelo has the keys. Charlotte's looking as far as a fast team. If they let LaMelo push the pace, they can be dangerous. Or if they get slowed down in the half court, a team can pound it down low. So it's going to be interesting to see how the season works out in general.
One thing I would like to also see is some lobs to Lonzo Ball. We didn't see that at all, or at least I didn't see that at all last year. And that's something that he came in the NBA doing. His first year, he did some, but he came in the NBA, especially at UCLA, catching lobs. And we all know how much he loves catching lobs. I would hope to see that again this year. In addition to, obviously, his exciting play, shooting, and, all that.
Yeah, I agree because the thing about the boys, they had fun playing basketball. This is not a chore. Like, when they think about spending family time, they spent it at the gym. You know what I'm saying? They spent it putting up shots. Like, they put it all together. Fun. Basketball is fun. It's just what we do, and we enjoy doing it. We have fun doing it. Now, part of Lonzo having fun doing it is not just waiting in the corner. That's not how he's played the game. He likes to run, throw long passes, catch lobs, fancy passes. And when you just slow him down, you take the fun out the game. I honestly believe you take a part of Lonzo out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, his killer instinct is in with the fun. So he's dunking on you and staring at the camera while he's flexing. Now he's more pumped up and energized and ready to go into the game.
I'm really hoping they didn't false promise him like they do false promise a lot of players out there. I hope they didn't tell him you're gonna get exactly what you want to do, like he said in the interview, right? I want to go to a place that wants me, right? I hope he gets exactly what he's looking for, and not being just told, "Hey, we're gonna tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear." Type of thing.
And that's why I was so encouraged by that DeMar DeRozan film, that interview, because if that is the case, you have another heavyweight in the locker room who's saying like, no, let Zo run. And that always carries weight. So the Bulls are paying these guys like they plan on using them. And so we'll see what happens.
It's going to be interesting to see right there with that. Just like you said, like if you watch the Bulls over the past couple of years, like you can over the past decade, you know how that organization runs. And when we had to get rid of Derrick Rose, that was hard right there. Like it was tough watching that, but I understood business is business. But coming in now, it's like y'all have to have grown a little bit more to say like, all right, cool. So we do know that we need a point guard. We know that Zach LaVine is more of a shooting guard, and Kobe White is not at that level yet. So who can we put here? Well, if you want Kobe White to be the next future, why you can wait to build him up, or you can get a guy to come in right now and get your entire organization more fans coming inside there. Because come on now, we're gonna have we're gonna have ball fans from the West Coast coming over here to Chicago just to watch the game. So you know it's gonna be good. So I just can't wait to see that stuff happen. And Zoe, like this is my last statement right here, but Zoe, Melo, and hopefully Jello this season are gonna have a breakout season if Melo and Jello team up, definitely. But even if they don't, it's gonna be a breakout season for the ball boys.
Yeah, even if Liangelo was to go to the G League for a little bit, it's still going to be a movie. The G League is still going to sell more tickets than they have seen in years. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly,
they'll have.
yeah.
They might as well put it in a big stadium for his games, especially if it's over in LA, because they're
Yeah.
going to pack it out. You know, people want to see Jello play, so it's going to be good either way. I agree with you.
I want y'all to have a good one, man. I'm gonna get out of here real quick. Thanks for having me up on her ball facts, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks.
Good meeting you, man.
Ball control.
So,
what's going on?
So I wanted to say that I think that the Chicago Bulls got Lonzo Ball at a deep discount. I think he's way more valuable than what the contract says. I say that because his value has been kind of held down by the teams he's played with. The Lakers, the Pelicans, even more so, because he wasn't allowed to play his game, not the game that he played at UCLA. If you notice in the summer league for Lonzo, you saw that he had shooters around him. And what happened? Every time he played, he came pretty close to a triple-double, right? If they allowed him to play his game, his value would have been through the roof, right? In spite of the fact that his shooting was not so good. But the fact is, his game was never predicated on his shooting. It was more as a facilitator and as a rebounder. And the rebounding helps him facilitate with the long passes. But it wasn't necessarily focused. Him coming into the league, yeah, he averaged about, I think it was 14 points at UCLA. But the focus wasn't the fact that he was a great shooter. Yes, he shot pretty well from three. I think it was 40%. But still, that wasn't the focus. His focus was the fact that he was a great facilitator. He had a throwback type of play. Like, that's why Magic Johnson got him. But the teams have lowered his value by trying to play him differently.
I agree. Like, let's not forget why he got drafted, why he was ranked so high. Lonzo was ranked high because he could pass the heck out of the ball, because he could keep a team moving like a herd of gazelle. That's what made Lonzo Ball so, fascinating to the masses and so attractive to teams. And then he gets on the team and they're like, oh, we're going to try to change this up. That never made any sense to me. I never understood it. What's up, Vern? What's that? Vim and Mickey. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, young man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, look here. I'm enjoying the show. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
we can hear you.
I'm enjoying this. Yeah. Okay. I'm enjoying the show, and I just want to catch you right now because I know not too many times you do call in phone things like that. So I want to take advantage of it and let you know that I'm enjoying the show, my brother.
Appreciate that. Thanks for calling in, man. Anything you want to add, go ahead, put it on there. What you think the Hornet season is going to be, the Bulls season is going to be, and what they're going to do with Liangelo. Let us know.
I think Liangelo is in it like Bennett. And I think the Hornets is going to take off. I think the Hornets is going to do real good. I think the Bulls going to do real good. Despite, ball fact, despite that move, you know what I'm saying? I'm really fuzzy. So I love Zoe, man. Don't get me wrong, ball facts. I just didn't like the move, but I love Zoe, man. I want everything to work out great for them. All of them. Believe me, brother. But, yeah, I see the Bulls taking off. I see Zoe doing what Zoe do. And Zoe do good when he got good things going on around him, when he's in a good mood. Hopefully he can stay in a good mood. You understand me? But Melo, man, the sky's the limit for Melo, man. Look here, Melo out to Charlotte. Melo ain't from the leave Charlotte, man. Melo staying in Charlotte. Melo gonna make himself happy. If it take having this family around him, yeah, They up there in Charlotte.
Yeah, I feel like the
That's what I
Charlotte
think,
Hornets are trying to do everything they can do to make him happy. Even in bringing in Jello was a good sign of that. But we'll see where it goes.
You know, one thing I want to say, I know this is not
Yeah.
in respect exactly. This is in respect to a question you asked earlier.
Hey,
What
but you
team
know,
will
I'm
be
tell
more
you one
fun,
thing
right?
too. Hey,
Vern is a little delayed. Go ahead, ball control.
Yeah. So what happened is that you had asked a question with regards to Chicago Bulls and the Charlotte, and I mentioned something about Charlotte being the more fun team. I say this because LaMelo, and many people may not agree with me because has to do with the zodiac, and not many people are into that or even believe in that. But he's a Leo, right? What we know about Leo is they tend to be showmen, natural in the spotlight. Whereas I don't think that Lonzo Ball is that way. Yes, he plays well, but he's not the guy that's looking for the spotlight and looking to flourish in the spotlight. And I feel like this is why we see LaMelo Ball making some of the shots or some of the plays that he's making, which entice the crowd more so than Lonzo Ball.
LeVar definitely always said that he is the showman. And you know what I'm saying, I don't really know nothing about zodiacs, nor do I know to believe in nothing like that. But I'm a Leo, and I put on a show. So hey, you might be on to something.
Hey, you're a Leo, I'm a Leo too. So I look into those things. And not to say that everything in it is the same, is true, but there's a lot of it that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And look at you, you're a
yeah,
Leo, and you're in show
agree with
business
that.
right now, right? You agree with
What's
that,
up, Vern?
Facts?
Yes, yep. I'm in the show business.
Yeah, I can't agree with what dude was saying. To an authentic thing, you know what I'm saying? Because we even with the thing with Lonzo, you understand me? It's like Zoho character ain't to go out rowdy like that. He'd have been nice. You know why I say he'd have been nice in Charlotte? Because he'd have brought that veteran presence. Charlotte still lacked that veteran presence. Ball facts. You understand what I'm saying?
You talking about Lonzo, right?
They still lack that. You understand? To a certain extent. Yeah, Lonzo would have been great with Charlotte because he'd have gained that veteran presence. That'd have made
Well,
him be the head of the team as far as, we giving out all else because he'd have been the point guard. Chicago, that situation ain't going to be like being in Charlotte.
Vern, do you remember when
he ain't going to be the veteran that he's responsible. Bad to a certain extent, he really ain't going to be responsible.
Well, Vern, do you remember when Lonzo, they had the whole brand? You delayed, so you accidentally coming in at the wrong time. But I'm gonna just keep talking. Then if you accidentally come in, we'll keep it going. Do you remember when LeVar wanted all the boys to join Triple B's, and Lonzo said,
"Okay, go ahead."
No, Lonzo said, "Not right now, not right now." And they said, and the interviewer said, "Why?" He said, "I haven't had the season I want to have yet." He wanted to have a breakout season where he could play his game, be himself, and no matter what he did afterward, everybody would say, "Yeah, Lonzo, he's already solidified himself in the NBA, so he don't need his own brand yet to do this and that. He's hooping, so wherever brand he goes, we're good." So I apply that same comment to even joining his brothers. Does he want to join his brothers? Yes, but Lonzo still want to have a season where he can play his game first and show people, why he did get drafted number 2 overall.
And I'll second that. I agree with that because I can see how he will somewhat be in the shadow of LaMelo Ball, considering LaMelo Ball right now is the star player in Charlotte.
What up, Fahara?
Blessings, brothers.
Actually, I agree with that too, Ball Facts. But I see Ball Facts. I look at that. I look at that Ball Facts, and I say, look here. Well, you could have did that same thing in Charlotte, and even more so on a high level, because it'd have been your brands. You didn't have to dip your brands away, but to a certain extent, he did. You got to keep it low key. So I had to agree with you, Ball. But it had to be like either one. So I guess it was the other with him. Either way, he don't lose, actually.
Yeah. What's going on, Fahara?
Hey, how y'all brothers doing?
We doing good. That mic sounding clean and crisp, bruh.
Oh man, he's doing what he's supposed to do then.
Okay, now you see the topic. What do you think is going to happen for all the Ball brothers this season? We're going, and you can just do one or two or all three of them if you want to. What is it looking like this season for the Ball brothers?
Well, I think for sure that Melo's gonna have a good season. Melo's gonna have a good season. He back healthy. Things looking right. Everything's lining up. You know, he got some new faces, some other faces around. It look like he's going to have the team to himself. So I think this is going to be an awesome situation right there. With Zoe, I think Zoe got some great stuff ahead of him. I love what they're doing. All of us wanted him to go to Charlotte, but he's not there. All of us wanted it, but he's not there. But I think he's gonna have a decent season. I see your facts.
I'm gonna cut him off. I gotta let y'all know this man you see on the right screen. This is Fahara at Vision IVD Press. You know, the CEO, the leader. You know, he's see. I don't know if I can see this Ball Facts watch. Hey, this man got everything. Hey, man, tell him where to find you right now, real quick before you get back. Tell him where they can find you at.
It's Fahara.com. Fahara.com. You can check it out. FAHARRA. Fahara.com, and check out the new television network exclusively on Roku. IVD Network. That's the new TV network. Just released last month, and it's doing fairly well. So yeah, man. I'll be wanting to do it like on other people's platform, but I do appreciate you giving me that Ball Facts.
Sorry, y'all. We're gonna get back to business, but I had to plug my bro. Now, okay, finish what you were saying.
Yeah.
Before I cut you off so rudely.
No, you good, brother. I appreciate it. I mean, more than you think, man. But I know that I believe that Lonzo is going to I believe his season is going to be the most unique. He's been put in a place where I believe they're going to give him the key to run fast basketball. Like they was taught to do. I think that he's gonna have the key to be the point guard. He's going to be able to go in and do everything that he needs, that he wants to do, and he been wanting to do all this time. And if there's no injuries, I think he have a good season. Jello, is in the air. As far as skills, the skills are there, hands down. He's a great basketball. He's a great basketball player to me, not just a good one. Not saying that he's no Hall of Fame right now. I'm just saying, just as far as basketball, he can play basketball. I think he deserves to be in the NBA, even if it's the G League. A lot of people look at the G League and be like, well, they just in the G League. No, it takes a lot to be in the G League. That is not something easy to do. A lot of people start their career in G League and ended in their career in the G League. That's not an easy task. So for him to even be in the running, to just even make summer camp, anything else is just amazing to me. So when it comes to Jello, I'm just glad that he's getting a shot.
Facts, big facts. Who we got in here? Tyree, what's going on? Tyree, unmute your mic.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? You've been listening. What you got to say about this subject?
Y'all did.
Hey, Tyree. Baba, I guess Tyree left. I ain't even kick him out. He just left. What's up with Z? What's going on?
What's up?
What's the word, bro? You tell me. What's it looking like for the Ball brothers this season?
I say Lonzo gonna make an all-star appearance. This year. I think he gonna creep in there, man. I think the Bulls got one of the most complete teams in the NBA by far. Also, I think I'm gonna say LaMelo, he's gonna do good too this year too. I'm not gonna say all-star appearance, but I think he's gonna show a lot of haters prove him wrong and stuff, a lot of doubters wrong. And then far as Jello goes, if he gets the opportunity you know what I mean, to play, I think he could easily average 20 points per game, because when you look back when it was Melo and him, back when they were in the was it JBA or whatever league they were in, they were killing. Lithuania, killing. You know what I mean? Jello was averaging what? 72 points per game or something like that?
Yeah.
Easily. So I just wanted to come on the channel, man, let you know I'm a big fan. I've been supporting you since day one, since last year when they had that bubble and you was at B-dubs and stuff like that, man. I've been watching your channel ever since. Keep grinding. I love what you're doing, man. So that's all I
Appreciate
want
that,
to
bro.
say.
Thanks for coming on
No
here.
problem.
Appreciate that.
No problem, Chief.
Oh, Ball Control, you went ahead and changed your logo real quick, huh? He's like, man, I'm on Ball Fest. Let me show this. Yeah, man, I think everybody's gonna be tuned in. A lot of the haters, that's why the Ball family gets so much attention, because not only do the fans watch with anticipation, the haters have like a bigger hate. And I don't know if it's because of LeVar alone with his predictions, or just because sometimes when people see a lot of people liking a person, they don't like that in general. So you'll have those type of people as well. But it's gonna be must see TV. And I think as these ratings go up in Charlotte and the Bulls, these other NBA teams got to be thinking business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let Liangelo just come because of jersey sales. And even if you guys think that's the only reason he's there because he's not good, okay, then let him get in the scrimmages and let somebody get hurt. I don't care how it happens. Just get him on because it's good for business. I don't care if you believe he's not that good, and watch him work his way up to the top. He's already shown us that despite what he's going through, whether it be bad or good, he doesn't stop working. So when you got some guy like that, you can't put a limit on what they can or can't do.
Yeah, man, I 100% agree with that. I just know that what he's doing in his whole route of getting to the NBA, I kind of hate, the China thing and all that stuff, but it happened. But the fact that he got a chance right now it's beyond amazing. So even with his fans, I would say, let's be happy for what it is. It's very possibly he could have never got this.
Hey, Dex, thanks for that $10. Appreciate that.
And shouts out to Bruff.
All access Dex. This is a guy that is a lot of times on Flight Sports TV. Shout out to Flight Sports TV. I'll check him out on YouTube. That's my brother. But Dex be having the inside. So he's out there in LA during the Big Baller Brand team with the Drew League. He would be out there giving inside footage and all that. So when I went out there and I went to a game, I was looking for Dex, but I couldn't find him. We kind of missed paths. But thanks for the $10, bro. He's a supporter. Now I want to kind of go through what do y'all think the stat lines will be, and we'll start with LaMelo. And I guess I'll go first since some people usually don't like to go first. I'm saying this year LaMelo he's going to have that starting role. So I'm gonna give him 9 assists per game, giving him 9 assists, even though he himself doesn't classify himself as a pass first guy. I'm gonna give him 9 assists because he's gonna be running the show. He's gonna be moving fast, and then I'm gonna give LaMelo 22 points. So we'll average 22 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. That's what I'm going with.
I actually posted my stats, my projected stats, yesterday on Twitter. But go ahead. Who's next?
What'd you say?
Well, mine was 19.2 points per game, 8.5, about 9 rebounds per game, 11 assists per game, 1.8 steals, and 0.6 blocks. I'm just looking at from what he did last year. I think he was at 16 points per game. And he kind of averaged about at rebounds and assists kind of similar to what Lonzo Ball had in his first season, just a little lower. I think it could go even higher than that. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, I heard you. Got it.
Yeah, those sound like some good stats right there. Shouts out to Dex too. I want to say that before I do it. Dex, I'm gonna be in LA from Sunday to Friday this coming week. So man, if you want to meet up and kick it, I got a couple of interviews out there. Just let me know. Ball facts. If you got his information, just shoot it on to me, man. I don't mind kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So I went 22, 9, and 6. Ball control, I forgot his is like very specific, like 19.5 and something else.
Well,
But what's yours?
I was reading mine. That's
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with 20 points, 8 assists, and 4 to 5 rebounds a game. That's why I'm comfortable at.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good stat because he's starting, and he don't. It's certain people that was on the floor last year that's not going to be on the floor. He gonna run the whole floor, and you know he can play the whole game. And I doubt coach let him, but he's going to get those minutes. So I think that's a solid stat for him, especially as much as he shoot. I think he gonna have those. You already know he be having those 8-point games and 4-point games. They just it comes with it. But I think as an average, I honestly believe that he can average 20 points a game for sure.
I mean, the kid looks to score. He looks to score. We got to remember that. And last year, I could see LaMelo holding back. Like I could see him doing what he wanted to do to a certain extent because fitting into the team, playing the right way, trying to show that he fits in with the coach, just basically getting to the point where he can get the green light. And he's like, once I get the green light and they trust me no matter what, it's on and popping. I'm pulling. So that's why I went over 20 points. I'll be surprised if he gets less than 20 points a game because he likes to score.
Well, those assists will skyrocket if he has Liangelo Ball on his team. He'll have at least 15 assists. No, I'm just kidding.
I said 9 without Jello, so I would say 10 with G3, and that's just because he already knows, like when Melo gets the rebound, he knows where Melo's eyes are going to. You know what I mean? And he's going to be there.
Exactly. I think he will be at 12 assists a game with Jello in the game.
Man, yeah. That's I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. That's a lot right there, man. That's something I would love to see. It's possible. It's for sure possible. But if he averaged a triple double in one season, like that would be crazy amazing.
I mean, just look at Lonzo in high school. He could pass to Liangelo on the left hand, Melo on the right, and he was getting triple doubles all the time. It was easy for him to get double-digit assists, and that's why people wanted to see them three come back together. But LaMelo actually has some weapons, so he could make that happen.
Absolutely. The reason why I bring Liangelo Ball is because he's one of those players that literally catches and shoot. He's not spending too much time dribbling. And we see with Terry Rozier, right? He dribbles a lot, in my opinion, right? If he just shoots, he has a much better opportunity of being open and making the shot.
Okay. Let's move on.
I don't know. I haven't watched him a whole lot, but from what I've seen.
And he was the top. Terry Rozier was top 5 percentage in the NBA last year of catch and shoot threes. So he doesn't need to dribble a lot, but he still does dribble a lot. He still does dribble a lot at times, but his percentage is high when he catches and shoots.
Okay, there you go.
Now let's move on to Lonzo. I'm not going first on Lonzo. We're going the opposite direction. For how are you first on Zoe? What's his stat line looking like?
17, 9, and 4. 17 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, 9. Yeah.
Let's hope they got a better relationship, though.
Yeah, I think whoever ahead of him run to their basketball goal. I think that's who's gonna get the most. Whoever running ahead of him and right up under their basketball goal, that's who's gonna get it.
All right, brace yourself with mine. It's gonna be specific.
Okay.
17.5. That's points. 8 rebounds.
17.5.
And 10 assists. 2.5 steals. And 1 blocks per game.
How many rebounds did you say again?
8 rebounds.
So you got him almost at a triple-double.
Man, hey,
I'm
that
not.
I
I'm not
love to
mad
see
at that.
that.
Well,
I'm
he
not mad
was
at that.
listen, his rookie year. He was pretty close to that.
That's
It's just his
true. That's true. A lot of
point
people
numbers
forget.
were lower. So he was at 7-7.
Yeah. So, wow. I mean, it's possible. I would like to see the preseason before I say Lonzo's. Like, I would like to see the preseason, but before the preseason, I'm gonna go ahead and give my opinion on Lonzo. Which I'm with Melo, since I know the team dynamic. I feel comfortable with saying this is what it is. I'm banking on it, and I'll ride that throughout the season. With Lonzo, I'm not as sure until I see them play, but I will go ahead and say it anyway of just what I think right now. I'm gonna go with Lonzo. 15 points. 10 assists, 5 rebounds for now. Until I find out more what's going on. That's just where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad because I mean we judging it on the past, so it's like I don't think anything. I think if somebody was saying 30, 12, and you know what I'm saying 8, 9, something like that, but I mean all three of what we said I think is very reasonable for his thing. But if the Bulls let him run, now that's the game changer. If the Bulls let him play a fast game, that's the game changer. Now
Yeah.
they put him in that slow stuff and taking him out while he hot and you know what I'm saying, all the other stuff. He gonna have a season like he been having. At the best, the same stats as last season. But if they give him a chance and get him out here, let him run the ball, let him do what he was made to do. You know, he's not necessarily he was a good shooter in high school and in college, but since he changed his shot, you know, it's like he got better and better and better. So he was working to that. So I can see him eventually turning into a scorer in the NBA. But I like his position. I like the distributor. I like Lonzo the distributor. Like we want to win the game, so we want points, you know. But the distributor though, I think he's the most effective.
Now, Rock the Mike said Zoe's not averaging 20 points with DeMar and Zach. There's no way. And that's kind of like my logic as well as 10 assists because you have those guys. So I say 15 points, and that's on a good shooting percentage. If Lonzo gets 10 assists and they win the game, that brother's gonna be happy, and he plays better happy. You know, the 17 points, the 20 type of points, like if he does that, I'll be surprised. I'll be happy. But I just want to see this guy get hella assists and be able to run.
I say if he's taking mostly threes like he was with the Pelicans, he can definitely average 20 points again. And we saw last year how in the latter part of the season, he was hitting those shots. He was making them. Obviously, he wasn't as consistent as we would like him to be, but he was definitely making them. And a lot of times, literally, it took him like the very first quarter to get pretty close to it.
Yeah.
And then after that, he was being taken out at wrong parts of the game.
Shout out to my guy, AB the Hero. Y'all already know, the vibes. You know what I'm saying? He come in dancing.
AB the Hero was good.
What's happening?
And I will say with Lonzo, you can get in where you fit in, AB, but dang, what was I about to say? With Lonzo Ball, like as he played, he was never like in high school, he played the way he wanted to play. In college, he played the way he wanted to play. He took threes, and the man dunked, and he passed. He didn't even really need a layup package because Lonzo was jumping out the gym. See what I'm saying? Like, nobody even thought, can he do layups well? How's his mid-range? Like, when he stepped in, he was stepping up. You know what I'm saying? Like a flight of stairs dunking on people's heads. So I think if he gets back into his running game, he won't be as forced to do things that he's not comfortable doing. Even though I know in this offseason he's working on everything, which could be very scary. If we get Lonzo back to shooting them threes and dunking and passing, everything else will fill in itself.
Yeah. I think when it comes to Lonzo, statistically, I feel like this is going to be him on that squad where he's just going to get the assists going crazy, right? I was thinking about this as y'all was talking. I remember back when he played in the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah.
He I want to say he didn't even. I don't know if he scored a point or something like that, right? He barely scored, but he had like 13 assists or something like that. He went bananas on the assists, and I feel like I could see that this season with Chicago being that kind of thing, right? You got this ultimate talent around you, Zach LaVine, DeRozan. And he just gonna facilitate that thing and move the ball, man. I don't even think he gonna really care about points too much this upcoming season. But obviously, he has developed this 3-point shot that's elite, and those guys gonna space it for him a little bit. So I think the shot gonna be there, but I really believe he gonna do his thing on just facilitating that thing.
So what's your stat line?
For Lonzo, I got him at. I'm giving him about 11 average on I'm gonna say he gonna average about 11 because I think some nights he gonna be 15, 16 assists in. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I think on a night in, night out, he probably gonna give you 8, and then you're gonna have random nights where he going bananas. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say starting with assists, I'm gonna give him about 11. Maybe 12. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to 12, but I'm gonna say 11 on the average. Points. I'm gonna say Lonzo probably. I would be surprised he was like 11, and 7.
My guy went crazy. 11, 11, and 7. Dang, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm not mad at that because we used to get excited just off of passes. Lonzo could have 0 points, and when he's got the ball in his hand, we all like, ooh, what he about to pass? And that's not what it is anymore. Now when Lonzo get the ball, everybody yelling at the screen, shoot, shoot, shoot. And it's be like, man, why they changed my dog game? He was, averaged the most in summer league ever. Nobody got more assists than him. So I'm with you on that, AB. I said 10 a game, but if he can get that 11 and 12, I'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
Well, he's become also a certified threat now with the shot going in. So he can only pass, rebound, but now he can actually get the shot in, unlike his first 2 years, which was his biggest criticism that he was getting.
Yeah, I think if they let him play his game, I think we could get the best Zoe that we've got in the NBA. Get this fast. I'm telling you, man. I think that's the thing. The fast-paced basketball. If they play the fast-paced basketball, I think we'll really unlock Zoe. That's my honest opinion. He hadn't had that chance since he had it a little bit. He had more than he ever had with the Pelicans. But I think if they play their fast-paced game, I think we'll unlock Zoe, and he'll be that official player that we know that he can really be.
Bang bang, like AB would say. AB, where you got LaMelo this year? What's his stats looking like?
Hey, look, with LaMelo, I've been saying that I thought LaMelo should have been an all-star last year, right?
Yeah.
So I think that he's going to be an all-star this year for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm flipped from what somebody said earlier. I don't know if Zoe gonna make the jump to the all-star thing because now he in the East, he going head-to-head with LaMelo over there. But I think LaMelo's stat line gonna be all-star caliber. So whatever they had last year as starters in the all-star team, he gonna be above that. So I'm gonna say definitely 20 piece or more. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if he was at about a 22 points per game. I'm gonna say
That's what I said.
22. I feel like when I think about LaMelo, my stats they sound crazy coming out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I got him at about 22, 9, and about 8 or 9. I damn near want to give him a double, a 22 and 10 and 8. That's MVP numbers, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
You just went to a whole nother level. We're talking about all-star and MVP in the same year. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask, what are Liangelo ball stats gonna be?
That's a good question. Now let's go with it. Let's go. Let's talk about it as if he goes to the G League and plays five games and gets pulled up. Let's talk about these 5 G League games. So we'll start there with Liangelo or what we think he's gonna get. And I guess I'll go first. Since I've been on my man G3, for a minute. I keep that pumping that content out. You know what I'm saying? When it's a drought, we make it rain. But first of all, I say this every time, and it's like a broken record, but I really mean it. What kind of point guard is this brother gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just looked in whatchamacallit. Before I get back to Jello, let me read this $20 super chat. Thank you, Eric H. He said, "What's good? What's the latest on Jello? Live in Charlotte, haven't heard much. He should be on the Hornets roster, not the G League. He's so much better than most of these boys who play backup. Keep up the great work." Okay, you just spoke some facts. You know what I'm saying? I might have to shoot you my YouTube password, let you take the channel for a day. But we'll address that. But back to Jello. If Jello goes to the G League and play a few games, and if he has a point guard that passed him, I'm saying, and they giving this boy minutes like they gave Seth Curry when he went to the G League, I give Jello 3 rebounds a game, 4 assists, and we going with 24 points a game. So I'm going with. So 24 points for Jello in the G League, just first 5 games. I'm not going to step out the window and be like 35, 30 pieces. Like he's going to have to fit into a system. He's, you know what I mean? He's not going to be able to shoot like JBA days, but I think he can get 24 points because he's a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Farhara, where you at? Where you at?
There you go.
Oh, okay. Well,
You got a look on your face. I don't know what kind of look that is, bro. I'm like staring like, what you about to say? He's either going to get 50 or he's going to get 2 points. I don't know.
Got hot in here.
I put it like this, man. I believe that to me, it depends on if he start or not. I think that's the main thing, if he start or not. So I'm going to put it in a situation as him coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Getting good minutes, but coming off the bench.
In the G League?
If he start, it's hard to do that.
Give us the stats if he's on the bench, and give us your stats if he's starting, and then tell us which one you think is most likely going to happen.
Okay, if he coming off the bench, I'll give him 11 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds.
Basically, summer league. Coming off the bench, you gave him his summer league numbers.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Now, if he's starting, I say 16 points. 16 points, 2 assists, and probably 5 rebounds.
Here's my problem with that, bro. Like getting only 16 points a game as a starter. You think that's going to get him out the G League and on a real team?
I don't think that, but they're saying I don't know the coach. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. It's hard for me to. I don't know if they're gonna let him play his game. I don't know if they're gonna let him just stand in the corner. Now, if he stand in the corner, he gonna get 20 every night. You see what I'm saying? It's just so many. It's so much around it. It's kind of I almost didn't want to answer it because I don't know the situation. Now, if they run him and they give him 20, 23, 20 to 26 minutes a game and they let him run to the corner, he gonna bust 20 a night. But me having no information, like if we got some while we on live and all of us got alerted at the same time that he's going to be on the Charlotte Hornet bench next year, and then he could be the 6 or 7 man, I could come out with some solid numbers. It's like I'm just speaking out of the air right now, man.
You know, people say that's utter blasphemy what you just said. They think that's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you like this: no one on the Charlotte Hornets fits LaMelo better than Liangelo.
Right.
They will not have to communicate, like talk. They'll just do what it do. Everything you seen Jello did in summer league. Just understand, if LaMelo was the point guard out there, Liangelo would have been averaging 8 more points per game.
Yeah, but I'm taking into consideration if he get on the Hornets, I don't think he's starting. Because
No.
he should start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a ball player, but I'm saying like him being the 6th man coming out the bench, he in the NBA, like he's in the NBA with the jersey on. I don't even care about the stacks. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see, bro, in that stage right there, man. It's like whatever stacks it is, man. I know he gonna get better.
That's the thing, though. That's the problem with the NBA is like the fans will say, I will say, if you put him with his brother, man, you're gonna see something great, and they'll have a whole bunch of different criteria he has to meet before you put him with his brother. And guess what? Even if putting him with his brother is actually true, but he doesn't meet the criteria, they will not take him and put him with his brother because they will think that we live in delusion.
Yeah.
AB, where you at on G3?
I'm gonna say this. I think that if he go to the G League, off the bench or not, and play over the course of a few different games, I'm giving him. He took a lot of shots in the summer league. He took a lot of shots. He was damn near about 9 to 10 shots a game. That's a lot for somebody who's playing 10 minutes a game. You feel me? So if he playing 20, 30 minutes a game in the G League, I'm going 25 points.
Okay, I said 24, you go 25. Okay.
Yeah. 24.1. No.
Ball control.
I think that 25 points, if he's hitting, you feel me, which I feel like he's gonna be hitting, he's gonna get consistent, he gonna know his role a little bit more. They not looking at Book Knight and Kai Jones. It's like, yo, you one of the guys now, so we want you to shoot. He's gonna be a little bit more confident, and not obviously we know he already confident, but I'm gonna say more comfortable in his role on that squad. So I'm gonna give him the 25-point thing. I think he's gonna be an elite scorer in the G League. You feel me? I think that where I don't know where he'll fit in at is where the rebounds and assists, because it looked like they just have him running. You know what I mean? The ball bounce, somebody shoot it, go get in the corner. So if they keep him doing that, I think his rebounds will be low. But I think he got that knack for the ball. So yeah, he'll probably have maybe about 2 or 3 assists, about 25 to 30. 20. I'm gonna say this: 25 to 28.
He's not gonna be in G League long.
But there's guys that's killing in the G League, and they still there. They've been killing for a while. The MVP, 3 years out of 6 years, and you still in there. The difference with Liangelo is if Liangelo goes to the G League, he's the biggest superstar they have. You know what I'm saying? That's like literally that would be like Russell Westbrook going back to the NCAA right now, in a sense of how the fame is. I'm not saying he's better, you know, because I don't know all the G League players, but you stepping in the locker room with 2 million followers, you know what I'm saying, and a mansion and stacks on deck and fans everywhere and a TV show and notoriety, like you literally coming into the G League as the biggest thing they got. So at that point, it's like you either gonna get a lot of hate or you're gonna get a lot of love. That's why it's like, man, scoop your teammates up, put them in the Lambo with you, you know what I'm saying? Go somewhere, treat them, kick it, you know, get that camaraderie in the locker room, even if you stay 10 games, but get them boys to pass you the ball. You know what I'm saying? Ball control, where you at with it? G3.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a disclaimer right now. For my day job, I do accounting. So I'm gonna give you the specific stats. No, I'm just joking.
You had me, bro.
I do accounting. That is true, but I wasn't gonna give you the specifics. But anyway, so if he's on a bench, I would say 17 minutes. Considering, say for example, he's just playing 20 minutes per game, coming from the bench, right? Now, I don't think he's gonna go over 25 minutes if he's starting. So here's from the bench, 17 minutes per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. From starting, 21 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Man, if he got home off the bench hitting 21, he ain't gonna be there long.
I mean, we got to look at with Jello. We seen basically him shooting, and it was either you're going to be on or you're going to be off. But what does it look like when guys are hitting him on his back cuts, when they're throwing the ball out, when he's running out? That's why I say 8 to 10 more points per game with just something like that. If Book Knight had been looking up, it might be a different story right now with Liangelo Ball and different teams. You know, the Charlotte might be thinking about it a little differently. Now, I do know there's some other teams looking at him, but we got to see how it goes, because there's other teams that looking at Liangelo that like him in the NBA, but they want to see how he does in the G League as well. The G League, if Liangelo goes to the G League, people are looking at that as like, oh, he lost his fail. No, that's just easier access for them to access you, look at you, and see what you can do. So it's a win-win for him. And he ain't scared of the NBA, so he definitely ain't scared of the G League. He's going to go in there and do what he always done.
Yeah. And I want to add this also. My numbers are also considering the fact that his teammates might look him off in the G League. just like they did in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, if his teammates look him off, all bets are off.
I mean, his points are going to be lower, but I think are at least close to that. I think he has the ability to score at a very high clip, just like he did in high school. He did it at the LKL, JBA. But the thing is, if he's not getting the passes at the right time, he's not going to get the opportunity to make an open shot. And also, he's not going to get the opportunity if he doesn't get the ball. He doesn't get the opportunity to make the shot or to take the shot. That is.
For me, it's like this. I think that he's somebody who's on the team in the G League to score points, right? When they brought him in the summer league, they ran the play for him to shoot the 3 ball. So if he's coming in, even if he's coming in off the bench, he's coming in with the intention of, bro, you in the game to shoot the ball. If you're making it, you stay in the game. If you're missing it, you come out of the game.
Right.
So I that's why I lean toward a higher amount of points, because I feel like he'll get some rhythm and then knock those shots down. And I know that they want him to shoot it. And with the summer league, it was like, yo, show us that you can play defense, you can box out, and you can do some other things, you can run and all of that stuff. I think they still want to see that in the G League uniform, but his bread and butter, probably the reason why that he's even in the conversation of being on the Hornets, is that we've seen you shoot the lights out. You came in the gym and you knocked down shot after shot after shot. And so to not give him that opportunity is a waste of time, right? If you don't, it makes no sense to have Jello in your organization, but you but don't do the thing you do best.
No, but
so I think that
they did it with Zoe.
True.
What happened? So what I wanted to say is that it's not the organization that I have. I was stating that before. It's the teammates that he's competing against, because he's still in competition with his teammates. Every one of them wants to make the NBA also.
Yeah, but I would hope that the coach at that level is on some like, yo, the man wide open. We watched the tape. You know, that's why that's why I think that's why I'm saying that I think in the G League it'll be more structured, things will be more comfortable because folks will be held accountable on another level. Summer League, we all just got here last week. You get passed from making that mistake. In the G League, are you trying to go home? Did you not see he just knocked down 4 threes and you're not gonna give him the ball? Like, come to the bench. You know what I mean? That's what I'm expecting them to do if they really trying to develop players down there in Charlotte. But so I'm saying 25 to about 28.
How many minutes?
I'm
You
with
said
it.
30 minutes, right? 30 minutes a game?
I'm saying if he gets 7 minutes. No, I'm playing.
Okay.
no, I'm playing. Yeah, I think not. I would say 30, right? I believe if he playing like a starter and a key player and they trying to win games, we want you out there. He get 30 minutes. Between 20 and 30 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised if he was up to, over 20 points a game, because he shoot the 3 ball. If he like Lonzo is shooting 8, 9, 10 threes sometimes last year. And I think Jello going to be that same type of cat at times where he might take 2 layups a game and 6 threes.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there tripping. I was sitting watching film with LeVar when Jello was 10 and Lonzo was 11 and LaMelo was like 8 or something, right? And they missed 3. One of them come down, shoot a 3, miss. Another one come down, shoot a 3, miss. And this is what LeVar saying, look at them. They not scared. They're going to shoot it again. And I'm thinking like, wow, a regular coach would be like, why are you shooting that shot? You know what I'm saying? So Jello gonna shoot. If anything, he don't care. If they forget it. When they miss, forget it. Keep on shooting. So that's why I said 24 points a game if he start. But you got to remember as well, LaMelo, all of them, Liangelo, they all expected Jello to start in summer league. That's how it was supposed to go down. They expected that to happen. But higher forces we can't just let the guy walk into the gym and then we get found out. Now he's starting in the summer league. It don't look right. But he was supposed to be starting, and had he been starting, it's a different story. When you're a starter, you get more respect, you get more touches, you get more minutes.
Yeah, I agree with that. My thing is I believe that the Hornets organization already know what they got. You know what I'm saying? He been practicing with them. He been with them for a while now. It ain't like the summer league came and they didn't know what he can do. So by them already knowing what he can do and what he's capable of, the only way he don't make the main roster is because I think they've seen enough. I think it's just like let's just put him over here and just see what he do around those guys. But to me, I honestly think I can name players in the NBA that he's way better than, like 100%, like well known. You know what I'm saying? Players, not saying all stars, just
I
players
could
that's
definitely
playing right
name
now.
one to start, but go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, just active players that I think that Jello is better basketball player than. So I'm hoping that they just go ahead and just gonna give it to him, and we just having a conversation for fun. I'm hoping that's the thing because he's been there long enough for them. I don't think they need to see anything else from him. I'll be honest. He's been there long enough. He's been there for months now. So I don't really think they need to see anything else from him. It's in their hands of what they're gonna do.
And this is why a lot of people don't know exactly what's going on, because the Charlotte Hornets had a circle of privacy, but when Big Yank spilled the beans, that got a little closer, a little smaller, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want everybody to know what's going on." So there's a lot of speculation, but they really holding it internal.
And also, Devontae Graham really spilled the beans with that video.
You said with
he was on his way out the door, and he just said, "You know what?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Sprinkle."
So here's a controversial question. I don't mean to overstep your authority, ball facts, but here's a controversial question. Who is the best ball brother? And I know we haven't seen much of Liangelo Ball. Who's the best ball brother in your opinion?
All around game.
I know.
I can answer that question.
The answers are going to be biased because you haven't seen Liangelo Ball play. In my opinion, I think Liangelo Ball is the best player, but he hasn't been given the opportunity to showcase his skills because he normally doesn't get to pass because his game is not focused on passing. His game is not focused on rebounding because he's running up the court. But go ahead. That was my.
Who the best player is always going to be a matter of opinion, and it depends on what you value. If you value offense, LaMelo is the best all around because he can do it all offensively. He's got a floater that Jello doesn't have, in my opinion. He's got handles that Jello doesn't have or Lonzo doesn't have. So you're going to say that. But I can't even say most rounded because when you factor in defense, you have to bring Lonzo into that where he can't finish around the rim. If you value a two-way player, you're going to say that Lonzo is better because in crunch time, he's going to be the lockdown the best player while Melo might get blown by. And then, if you value a pure shooter, it's going to be Jello. But I will say that we haven't seen enough of Liangelo. The games that we've seen him in, I mean, I'm not saying this is how he feels, but this is what it feels like while watching him. He's trying to cram in as much as possible in the time that he got. Like, can he even relax and just play his game? Is he even pulling the trigger a little bit more than regular because he knows, like, they could pull me out after 3 minutes? I'm not going to get much time. I got a quota to meet. I'm trying to get in the 20s, and I'm not going to get 20 minutes. So, but if in order to be fair, I would say I would have to go with, based on who's proven it, I would go with LaMelo. LaMelo took his team farther last year, and it was his rookie year, and he got the same stats as Lonzo. And with LaMelo playing younger than everybody else, he went against tougher competition his entire life. Now, so offensively, he's better, and he's took his team more. And just because of where Lonzo was last year and he was last year was so neck and neck when Lonzo was years older than him, I got to say LaMelo. But I will say this. Since Lonzo is on the Bulls, the little hedge that he has, I think we might see Zoe pass that up this year. And I'm for real. People's like, no way Lonzo will ever be better than LaMelo. When you let Lonzo do what he does, LaMelo don't even do that better than Lonzo. I think Lonzo is a more accurate passer from farther away than LaMelo. LaMelo's more flashy, but I think Lonzo is more pinpoint. So once Lonzo could do what he do, I think we come back and revisit this question.
Absolutely. The way I'm looking at it is looking into the future rather than what we've already seen. And I feel like based on what we've seen, the short amount of information that we've gotten from seeing Liangelo ball, I feel like he can actually do just the same. I wouldn't say absolutely 10 times better than his brothers, but I think he could do the same. And obviously his shooting is a lot even better. But that remains.
Look at AB.
Remember, I'm an accountant, so we do a lot of projections, and I'm doing my projection.
I think, all right, so if you're talking about projections, right, then it's like Ball Facts was saying earlier. It's if you're doing it off projections, then you got to think about opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to put Liangelo in the conversation because the opportunity for us to see him be able to, you know what I mean? If I say he the best shooter, we don't even know if we're going to watch him get up shots next season like that. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say he's the best for me at this time. I will say that over time, I think that they have this interesting dynamic that because LaMelo is the youngest and we watched him and he's played against older competition and all of that stuff. I think that I heard Zoe say this at one point where at his age, he's better than either one of them when they were at the same age. LaMelo at what is he now? Just turned 20 or something, right? Yeah. LaMelo at 20 is better than Zoe and Jello at 20. I say that. But I remember back in JBA days, even though LaMelo was a dog back then, Jello was the better player. You know what I'm saying? Jello was the game changer throughout that whole thing. You take Jello out and the whole thing looked like it was crumbling at some points.
Absolutely.
I think Zoe is hard for me to make projections because he truthfully for me is in the same boat as Jello is. I don't know what we're gonna get from him this season. He got some all-stars around him, so the facilitation is gonna go up. But what is the scoring gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? So I think that on the court, when you look at the numbers and you start to look at the projections and the stats, LaMelo's numbers is always going to look better than both of those because he get the opportunity to do much more. He get the opportunity to score, facilitate. He even get in the passing lanes and he going to have the steals that's comparable to both of them dudes. So he just, to me, on paper, always going to look better. You know what I'm saying? And if they play one-on-one or something like that, I wouldn't be surprised if Zoe beat them all. But in the NBA, I think that LaMelo washes them all on paper in the box score.
Where you at, Fahara?
Makes sense.
Yeah, Melo would be mine, and that's simply because of his even last season, like his rebounds and his sense of scoring. He has a different mentality than Lonzo. I think one-on-one Lonzo will beat him. Like I think Lonzo will beat him one-on-one probably 6 times out of 10. But as far as the NBA play, that they allowed Melo to be Melo last year, and Zoe hadn't really had that chance yet. So if they give Zoe a chance and they give Melo a chance, I don't see their stacks being too different. But if I wanted to go on what I've seen from last season and now, I would say Melo simply because he had more freedom than Zoe had last year as a point guard.
One thing I can also, if you don't mind, AB, one thing I can also say about LaMelo is he creates his opportunity really well. Yeah. He has a personality that's infectious. He brings joy. Where guys were looking at LaMelo to be just this guy of, he's going to come in like a prima donna, a Kardashian. And he came in like, regular. What up, bro? Y'all ready to get to work? The first person out there touching the lines. This ain't no JBA situation where he was immature and not working. LeVar and Alonzo got through to him, and Jermaine, and everything he went through going overseas. So when he walks into the locker room, it's not only his skill, it's his personality as well. And even on the court, knowing how to be a leader, knowing when to look these vets off. Like, no, I got this. And then they see the result of him making a game-changing play and passing like nobody can. Now, we know that Lonzo and Liangelo have the capability to affect a team as well as far as on the court. But can they affect the team in the locker room like that? You know what I'm saying? And I think that Lonzo has a good chance this year just because DeMar DeRozan is mellow and kind of reserved as well, but thinks very highly of him. And if you take what happened at the Lakers and at the Pelicans, and Lonzo's had different situations, now I think he's kind of got this spectrum, that end, this end, and he's going to know how to go into this locker room, and I think it's going to work out for him. Liangelo, he's a little quiet at first around people you don't know, but, it's got to be like just the right situation. LaMelo created that opportunity. Can the other two do that? That's why I wanted them to be on the same team. Look how good Jello went into with the Hornets because LaMelo is there. He's that open door.
Makes sense. And I wanted to add where you said regarding his personality and being a team leader. He's a lot like Magic Johnson, where he's a lot of fun, but then there's a time to be business focused. So that's what I see in LaMelo Ball and also in what you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. And that you said exactly close to what I was about to say is I think that LaMelo, to me, it is a mental thing. That's something that's different, right? So you talk about he has an opportunity, but if we go back to last season with the Charlotte Hornets, they was playing LaMelo off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like Zoe really probably early on had a better situation than LaMelo had. LaMelo was playing spot minutes. He just kind of created a space for himself where it just makes more sense for us to play his style than it does to do what we was trying to do. They tried really hard to not allow Melo to play his style or you know what I mean, to get him to conform, I feel like, and he just didn't do it. And then it just became like, yo, we're stupid if we don't do that. And I think that that's something that I don't know if that switch never flipped for Lonzo to just say, you know what? Actually, I got this one. I don't need DeMar to give me a pass. I don't need Zach to talk to the coach for me. I got this. Watch me work. And so with LaMelo, he gonna do that. He gonna go grab. If he not scoring, you watch him last season, damn near get 6-7 rebounds, and you know what I mean, because he trying to get himself inserted into the game any way he can. So I think that's just why I have to give him the edge. I just believe that no matter what situation you put him in, he gonna get production out. You're gonna get some production out of him, and I think it's just too circumstantial for the other two at this point.
I agree. They need the perfect storm.
Here's what I wanted to say also. AB the Hero and Ball Facts. You guys are familiar with the family. You guys have dealt with the family directly before, right? I could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I feel that LaMelo Ball is a lot more confident than Lonzo Ball. I say this because you touched on a subject where AB the Hero. You touched on a subject where you're saying that LaMelo Ball was coming in from the bench, right? And he was aggressive. He was able to score. He was able to get his numbers in. Whereas Lonzo Ball came in as a starting point guard, but he wasn't able to be himself just like he was at UCLA. He played really well at UCLA. His numbers were great, but then he came into the NBA and all this stuff was being talked about him in the media regarding his shot. And I think that affected his confidence. You let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm going in the right direction.
I'll say this when it comes to like Lonzo and LaMelo. This is if you watch the games, you'll see like when a teammate doesn't do something right, LaMelo's like, "Come on, like what are you doing? Like, come on." And with Lonzo, we never really seen that. If he made a mistake, he'd be like, "My bad," tap his chest, "My bad." But LaMelo has got just a different fire of who he is, and a lot of that is to do with just the personality alone. And look at it this way: LaMelo was on a team with his older brothers, Lonzo, Liangelo, and they were the bigger ones, better ones. He's used to coming in as not the best and working his way up. He's used to getting out there and trying to get to the top. What happened with the other two? LeVar said, "This the coach you going with. This how we running it." they never had to impose their will in a locker room. You know, it's just an unfamiliar type of thing. Even with UCLA, I'm gonna give you all my sons, and this is how I want to run. With private conversations with UCLA, Lonzo had it given to him there as well, and LeVar tried to kind of set that up again in the NBA, giving them hints like play them this way, that way, and since they weren't taken, Lonzo was thrown into an unfamiliar situation, and that's how I see it: personality, and also just not used to something.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, I think that
didn't mean to say confidence. I meant to say being laid back and more aggressive, which lends to the personality.
Yeah. No, I think you hit it right on the nail, right on the head, ball facts. I think that's exactly it. I think it's just the LaMelo has been through so much adversity that these other two didn't have to like go through. You know what I mean? You think about the Lithuanian situation, right? The youngest cat over there can't speak the language. People probably for the first time in his life was bullying him, you know what I'm saying? And making jokes and doing all that. And he had to kind of overcome that. And then he had to, you know what I mean, he traveled with the JBA and did all of that stuff, but then had to kind of be willing to put himself back in that same situation and maybe do it different going to Australia, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever he learned from Lithuania, he's like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to go do something different in Australia, and got a different outcome. So he just has had more opportunities to learn and also watch his brothers and probably heard Zoe come home and be like, man, I can't believe they did this. And he's like, yo, I know not to let them do me like that, and kind of handle himself in a different way. So I think you spot on. I don't know if it's for me personally as well, I can say I feel like I watch LaMelo in the trenches closely, right? I watch him at practice. I watch him in the game. I haven't seen Zoe what he's like after a loss. You know what I'm saying? And personally, like I haven't been there when he was winning and what he looked like when he working hard. So I don't know what the difference is, just like going into that. But if I was a speculator, I believe it's exactly like what Ballfax just said, man. It's just their paths are so different. They just kind of built two different people.
I appreciate the insight.
Yeah, I love that answer, because Melo seen way more than Zoe did. You know, his route to the NBA wasn't so smooth. When you have Magic Johnson saying he's gonna be the face of this company, you know, he's gonna be the face of this. His jersey gonna be up there in the Raptors. So I think the confidence came from one. He's younger. You know what I'm saying? So college, you know, Zoe being 19 and Melo being 19, believe it or not, the era changed, like the swag era and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Melo on that flash, and you could tell as a child, you know, looking at the Ball family stuff, and then just playing in high school, he just always wanted a different game, like a unique game. He just always played like I can play basketball, and I believe all of them got that same confidence. All of them got it. They just express it differently. You know, it's like Zoe is more of a leader. You know what I'm saying? And he has that leader mentality. So the flash is there, but it's not done to be. It's the assist is not there to be flashy. The assist is there to get it to the other guy. You know what I'm saying? With Melo is like, if I'm gonna throw it to him, I'm gonna make him look good. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna go over this dunk, I might go 360 when Zoe might just get the 2 points. You know what I'm saying? But with Jello, to me, yeah, like Zoe, I believe Zoe talk more, and I haven't been around the family, but just looking, I think Zoe may just be more active as far as swag and all that kind of stuff than Jello is. Cause Jello, he's the one that's like, yo, I already got it. I know what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll prove it to you. Just give me a chance. You know, I ain't even talking about basketball. I'm talking about just in a random situation. I can see him sitting back and Zoe over there bouncing the basketball, shooting it up, and then Melo over there just acting crazy, crossing over, and Jello just sitting over there. Jello over there, like, yeah, you know, I get the next down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is the big, not the big. Like we can only talk about what we know. Then we can talk about what we've seen and what we haven't seen. We've seen Lonzo as a leader. We know he can lead a team, but have we seen him take control of a team? You know, when you give him the leadership, we know what he can do. We haven't seen him on Chino Hills have to have a power struggle to, lead the team. We haven't seen him have that at UCLA. So we don't know how he does in those situations. Now, if we look at the evidence of the Lakers and the Pelicans, we can assume that, he's a great leader, and we can assume that, he's not really into the power struggle of fighting, not fighting for the leadership role. We don't know that, but he probably gets to the court looking like, y'all know I push the ball the best. Y'all know I pass the best. Why do I have to tell you guys to give me the ball and run? Lonzo just like, okay, the coach want me to do that, I'll do that. He's not looking at the coach like, when he says, okay, we're going to make you 3-and-D. He ain't looking at the coach like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Where Melo, they try to change Melo's shot, and what Melo say? Nah, this is how I shoot. It's just different personalities.
Yeah, and I think that's why I when I see them play, in Chino Hills, man, and just playing together, the chemistry is it's impeccable, man. If that dream of LeVar ever comes true, and I believe it's extremely possible to have all three of them on the same team at one point. But if that ever comes to fruition, we actually see it, man. I think we're gonna be looking at a different kind of basketball team that we ever had in the NBA, man. And that's something I would love to see.
Okay, guys, do y'all want to have some fun? I want to go to the Ball Facts community tab. I don't know if y'all ever seen these Ball Fact polls that I do. I ask about 3-on-3 games and all this crazy stuff, and people be just getting heated. And I want to get y'all opinion on who y'all think will win certain games. Let's see, where's this at? Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Let's make this big. Y'all seen that LaMelo 2K rookie thing? That's a good edit. But I want to go here, y'all, on this 3-and-3 matchup. The Timberwolves, this is a 1, 2, and 3. So I picked the point guard, shooting guard, small forward. We got Liangelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, and some guy named T. Prince. And 2,500 people voted. 83% of the people said the Ball brothers. What y'all think? Would the Ball brothers really win this game? Liangelo Russell's an all-star. Anthony Edwards, athlete, freak athlete, number 1 pick. Where we at it? Ball control. What you think?
Liangelo Russell is an all-star, but he's non-existent right now. So my answer is going to be biased. Lonzo, LaMelo, and Liangelo.
Yeah. Okay, we can do it quick too. What you say, Fahara?
I say the Ball brothers, the chemistry. It's hard. You have to put some big 3-on-3 names up there for you not to say that. I'm telling you, the chemistry is just too wicked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Ball brothers.
Okay, here we go. Let's go with the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, and Kyle Anderson. Y'all agree with this poll or no?
Yeah, I agree with that poll as well, man. I'm taking Lonzo and LaMelo over Liangelo.
I took a lot of.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I took a lot of flack for that too. I'm with you, AB. I'm like, Ja Morant is good athlete. He can run. He can jump, but he's not a shooter like that. And you messing with. This is how LeVar got these boys good. He did his little basketball, his training regiment, and that was his business. He would invite high schoolers over to play his kids in middle school. So in order to train, they got to play the Ball brothers 3-on-3 all day. So in the same time that he's getting paid from parents to train their kids, he's making his boys beasts by playing up. In a 3-on-3 game, that's what the Ball brothers grew up doing in a small backyard, not too much room, playing 3-on-3. So their chemistry is on a whole nother level, and they can all shoot.
Yeah, that's why I'm not even gonna answer that because I'm from Memphis, so I ain't going to get Memphis on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm screen recording this and I'm sending it to everybody in Memphis. Go man, you got it.
Nah, see the thing. I'm a Bulls fan. Like that's been my team since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bulls fan till I die. But anything that got anything to do with Memphis,
man, you biased. Ball control. Where you at, man?
Yep.
I'm not sure, man. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course, the Ball brothers.
Ball brothers. Okay, that's unanimous consensus.
Kyle Anderson is the kryptonite of that team right there. And to go back to what Fahara said earlier, talking about there's plenty of players that Liangelo Ball is much better than. that's the one player that I wanted to mention earlier.
Yep, I agree with that on Kyle Anderson. Mr. Anderson. All right, we get a little more. The Raptors, point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., and Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is that dude that was got drafted this year who was killing in the summer league. What we got on this? Ball control, you first.
He got clamped by Jello, so definitely the Ball brothers.
Yeah.
Like I said, other than Memphis, is going to be the Ball brothers. Like I said, you gotta put something ridiculous up there.
You have to put LeBron James in there for it not.
Yeah, you got to put
the Ball brothers.
Actually, they actually lost, and it wasn't to LeBron James. We're gonna get to it. They lost, but it wasn't to LeBron James. Okay, now we going to the Heat. And I know somebody got to stand up for the Heat on this one. Who's winning? Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker versus Lonzo, LaMelo, Liangelo. Where y'all at? Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. AB, tell me.
That's a tough one. That's a harder game. You know what I'm saying? But Shane, I think that the 3-point shooting from the Ball brothers eclipses a lot of folks. And that, you know what I mean? So they got the chemistry. If you put them on a court, one of them going to be open. You feel me? When I look at it, I look at one-on-one with LaMelo. Who got LaMelo better to me than Kyle Lowry one-on-one? You know what I'm saying? Kyle ain't guarding LaMelo. So then he going to drive. Jimmy going to be like, dang, I got to help Kyle getting cooked. As soon as he helped Zoe or Jello wide open, bye, all day, every day. So that's how I look at it.
Now, PJ Tucker is a strong dude. Him and Jello gonna battle it out for position under the basket. There. Oh my gosh! Now, I think that Kyle Lowry to me is the weak link in this. He's a good player, but he's getting older. And Lonzo's. I'm not gonna say he could shut down Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler likes to choke. You know what I mean? Like, where was he at in the playoffs last year? You know, he's good sometimes, he's not sometimes. When you take the Ball brothers' chemistry. I think it's going to be a good game. I thought this would have been a 50-50 poll because Kyle Lowry he getting scored on every time. He too little.
I just got a question. Are the rules the same as the NBA rules?
I guess. Why not?
If it fits NBA rules, then Kyle Lowry's taking charges all over the place.
That is true. That's true. He do that. Okay. We got the Nuggets versus Big Baller Brand, Triple B's, Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr. Hey, what we looking like, Fahara?
Jamal Murray is tough, but
and Michael Porter Jr. is tough. That dude good, bro. I'm telling you, he's next up. I think he's like a little bit behind the Jason Tatums and Donovan Mitchell. Like he's a late bloomer, but I think he's gonna get there.
Isn't he like 7 feet tall?
Yes. This is my thing on that one. I think the experience gonna win. The most experience gonna win that game. Like the most time in the league is gonna win that game, man. So I ain't gonna lie. That one right there is something different right there, man.
Jamal Murray, come on now. So you saying the most experience. So you going with the Nuggets because they battle tested, they've been in the league.
I seen what they did last year, man. You know what they've been doing the last 2 years been amazing, and Jello had more experience in the game, in the NBA game, yeah, hands down. But them right there, I might have to go with the Nuggets on that one simply because the experience, man. Them cats murdered last year, man. Like it was crazy. So
wasn't they winning like a whole bunch of game 7s or something like that? Was it?
Yeah, man. I watched them. I watched the Nuggets play. I hadn't watched the Nuggets play like this since Kemba Mutombo.
And people be asking me, why didn't you put the Joker on there? That ain't fair. Come on now. We going with positions. We going with positions. Like cut it out. AB, did you say on this one?
I didn't say, man, but I'm gonna say that's a tough one. That's a tough one because that boy Jamal Murray, a hooper. You feel me? But I'm thinking Lonzo lock him up. You know what I mean? And like I said, Lonzo lock Jamal Murray up. I don't see nobody stopping LaMelo. And if you got to help with LaMelo, then G3 doing his thing. You feel me? I don't see Michael Porter Jr. being able to guard 3 people out there. So I'm taking the Ball brothers.
Dang, 14,000 people voted and AB is with them. I'll be making these polls and I don't be knowing. Like sometimes I do, but I'll be trying to make them to the point where I have a hard time thinking who will win.
Yeah, I seen a few of these, but I seen a few you post a few of these, but some of them I didn't see. So I thought I was gonna be judging off what I seen. I see that you put a couple more up there that I didn't see. So
moving on. Here we go. We got the Suns versus Triple B's. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Mikal Bridges. And can y'all 16,000 people voted and the Ball brothers won out. Is that some fandom or is that real? Let me know, Ball Control. What's going on with these Ball Facts polls?
I would take in this case, it's not the road less traveled, but I would say BBB would win, and I'll say this. They will outrun this team, hands down. Yeah, if they do that, they win. If they play the half court, they lose.
I mean, it's 3-on-3. They can't play full court.
Oh, if that's the case, then it's different.
Bro, that's what every single one been. The whole time you've been thinking it's full court, 3-on-3.
I asked if it's the same NBA rules, man. You said
I didn't think you meant is it full court.
You gotta be specific here, man. I'm an accountant, man. / lawyer. Nah, anyway, but
so you changed up. It's half court, so you're going with the Suns.
Definitely BBB. Definitely BBB.
BBB?
Yeah.
Okay, that's who he went with.
I was saying half court, but they can still outrun the other team even if it's half court.
Y'all heard it here. All right, Fahara, what's up, man?
Like I'll say, like the speed. That's what he said. The speed. That's exactly what when I seen it. I looked at the speed. Like Chris Paul he's like a old school facilitator. So he runs like even if you pass the ball in 3-on-3 half court, he gonna sit in the mid court and look at the floor. He gonna look at the floor before he even make a decision. But when I see Melo just throwing it from, you know what I'm saying, Melo or Zoe just throwing it from the out of bounds straight to, you know what I'm saying, straight to each other. So based on speed of the game, I would say the Ball brothers. But man, that I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, that's some experience right there, and it's hard for me to go against Chris Paul. But Chris Paul, he getting a little older. He might not have that little tick like last year. He had that little tick that he normally had, but he had a good season. So I'll go with the Ball brothers strictly based off speed, not necessarily skill.
It would definitely be a close game.
Nah. Come on, AV, speak your mind.
Nah, this is the one I was looking. I pulled it up on my computer to see because I seen this one, and this is the one I definitely chose the Suns. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, that's too many points. You feel me? That's a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? It don't even matter who the other two. Those two right there gonna have some chemistry, just similar to what you're gonna get from the Ball brothers, damn near. So I'm going with the Suns on that one.
Yeah, they played. They had a beyond awesome season. The Phoenix Suns. They hadn't had a season like that since Charles Barkley.
I mean, the only advantage they could have is the BBB is Chris Paul being little. Like, can they post him up? You know what I mean? That may be one advantage of just backing him down. You know, what is he, 6 foot? You know what I mean? 5'11".
Yeah, but you got to put him on defense too. That's why I said the speed. Like, I think Melo could I think Melo too quick. I would put Melo at the point.
I mean, you could do that, but when you think of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, they both got handles. They both can shoot. They're battle tested. This if I had to put money on it, I'm putting it on the Suns. Even though I'm rooting for BBB all day long. Yeah. But if you know what I'm saying, if I had to bet $100,000 on it, I'm like, I guess I'm going with the Suns.
Here's what this one too.
Chris Paul, definitely the Suns. If it was young Chris Paul. But right now, I think
this old Chris Paul been surprising me. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, old Chris Paul to me better than young Chris Paul.
He's still pretty good.
He's surprised. And I like the Suns too because Chris Paul got a level of dog in him that's, you know what I mean? Like, he's small, but he been small for a long time and been giving buckets to a lot of people. I just think that they're gonna run that pick and roll, and Jello is gonna have to be able to guard Devin Booker or Chris Paul at some point. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be looking to set that up, and that's gonna make it tough.
I don't think that LaMelo would do much better than Jello guarding them either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, facts.
it ain't happening like that. Now, when I seen that the Suns won, I was like, okay, everybody was telling me, ball facts on your channel, the Triple Bs would never lose. They'll never lose because your fans too biased. So I had to take it to the extreme on this next one to see what they was talking about. And oh no, not this one. Not this one. This one. Right
Yeah, there
here.
you go.
Oh yeah,
Golden State Warriors and BBB. So we got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond. 12,000 people voted, and by a landslide, 72%. You know, they knew it was the Warriors. We didn't even got to discuss that. I just wanted to show my people so they know. And plus, let them get a little insight into my brain because people saying, why would you ask this question? I just did it because y'all was acting like the ball facts community. You know, they didn't know what they was talking about at all. So we know about that. Let's go back down here to the 76ers. This is a better one. We got Seth Curry, Danny Green, and Ben Simmons versus Lonzo, LaMelo, Liangelo. Now, I thought this would be closer because Seth Curry can shoot. Ben Simmons, everybody been knocking Ben Simmons because he didn't shoot, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs. But that boy is a bad brother. He could play defense. He could pass. He could run. You know, he could dunk. Only thing he can't do is shoot, but he still got an offensive game. Nobody was hating on Shaq. So I think that this would have been a more competitive poll than I thought it was going to be. Who you taking on this one, AB?
That's a tough one too, man. I think this one should have been closer for sure.
Agreed.
I'm gonna say I go with star power sometimes. You feel me? And I think that the star power also is with LaMelo, Lonzo, and Liangelo on this one too. Danny Green, he could shoot, you know what I'm saying, but maybe the pressure too hard. You know, we've seen him missing wide open threes. Steph Curry, he had to, you know, he came up through the G League. You know, he had to get it the hard way. The stage might be too big. You know, he ain't used to that spotlight. So
and we saw LaMelo bully him.
Exactly. And then you got Ben Simmons, who the difference is it's not that he can't shoot, it's that he can't shoot or like won't shoot. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he won't even attempt a shot. At least Shaq with you know what I mean, jump hooker. He just won't even throw it up. He just, you know what I mean? It's a mental block. And I think he got that mental block. My dog Melo get in his head. He's cooked.
Yeah, I'm like, Jello, you guard Ben and just don't step out there. Stay here. When he come, give him hell. You know what I mean? Like, let him shoot.
Yeah.
And you know he's only coming in. So, yeah, I think it'd be way more competitive, but they got a good shot. I think that's all of them. Yep, that was it. All right, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all for stepping in the show. I'm about to get up off of here because it is Friday night, but thank y'all for horror, ball control, AB the Hero, Flight Sports came on here. Everybody, man, go sub to my dog AB the Hero's channel. Y'all know what it do. We keep it in the crew. Anyway, y'all, it's ball facts again.
Peace.
Peace.